Asato ma sadgamaya tamasho ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness and ignorance to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. So, we are on the chapter, it is called the detachment. And in Vedanta you always know that detachment is the greatest tool for a seeker of the Brahman or Atman, because without detachment, attachment to God, attachment to the self will never come. So, detachment has been given a full importance in this whole chapter. So we have read up to, you should have to mark it, I should not tell. Yes, on page 48, 49. So, but I will go to, that verse starts at 23 verse, we will start there. We have read little bit, but we will go again through that. So, we have read that when, in the verse number 22, on page number 48, in the top you find, page 48, you have all books, or some books are coming more? Huh? Yes, bringing. If anyone needs, then you can get it. Okay. So, with the destruction of the objects, such as clay pots and the like, space remains undivided. In the same manner, the eternal and unattached self remains, though the bodies and such objects are destroyed. Giving an analogy so that we can understand. At we can destroy different earthen pots and jars. They are occupying different space. We call here, this is the temple space, this is the bookstore space, this is this monastery space, this is the convent space. But is there any division in the space? No. But our day-to-day behavior, we have to use this terminology, space, space, space. So the consciousness here, the consciousness there, everywhere the same consciousness. But is there any difference between occupied by this body or occupied by your body? Can the consciousness be divided like that? But no. Given the example, if the 10 pots are there and the pots are all broken, then what will happen? Space occupied by one size of pot merges into the big cosmic space. Similarly, all the pots you break down, what will happen? You can break the pots. This body is a pot. Mind is a subtle pot, no? Gross, subtle, causal. We have three bodies. Again, we again and again recapitulate these points to understand we have three types of bodies. One is this gross body, another is this subtle body. What is the subtle body? What are those? No, 17 elements are there. Monobuddhi. No, that's the part of it. You have. When so much room, you can come here also. Why you are in the side? You can come here. No. For him is okay. Okay, better. Okay. But I cannot turn this way. That's the point. Okay. So, The point is that as the space remains undisturbed, but mentally we think it is one pot occupying some space, this room occupying one space. But there is no division in space. So similarly, there is no division in the consciousness. We are talking about the other day, the perceiver in you and the perceiver in me. The perceiver in everyone. Who is perceiving? The same. Someone is perceiving as a witness. It does not get diluted by anything, but sometimes being identified, it appears to be identified and to be attached and get the suffering and joy or pleasure or pain. But in reality, that observer or the perceiver remains the same. So this idea is very important, that we get confused. When you see that my consciousness, your consciousness, I understand, you understand. Your understanding is an expression of the consciousness, light of the consciousness falling on your ego and intelligence, and the mind and the senses appearing like this. When you give up this identity to the physical body, you live in your subtle body, in the dream. Think of yourself as the dream. So you know you have dreamt, and in dream there is a body, that's the subtle body of us. And when you go to sleep, think that what remains, you remain in your causal body. We live all the day. God has created this delusion, but God has created a wonderful way of getting out of it. Every day we don't think this way, that I am now in the gross body. I remain in my subtle body when I dream. But who is saying I here, the consciousness here, remains the same person. And when they are dreaming, they are also, I dreamt, I in the dream saw this, that, whatever you are saying. There's the subtle body. And the causal body is the ego. When you do not know anything, you say, I slept well, I do not know what has happened. But I was there. So these three bodies we are identified, and being attached to this body is our function in the world. But what is happening? It is who is the perceiver of all these three bodies, all the functionalities of it? It is the consciousness. That consciousness has no pollution in it, no disturbance in it, no distraction in it. It is the same. Whatever happening yesterday, somebody has seen in me, good, bad, worrisome, or it is pleasant. He only observed, perceiver has perceived. He does not get involved, but our mind got involved, our emotions got involved, and that's why our joy or suffering. So if we can separate out, like exactly the pots and many pots are kept, earthen jars, and break all the earthen jars, space remains the space. But previously it was separating John, Jacob, Mary, Martha, all these diverse names and forms. But these names and forms break this name and form. What will remain? That consciousness pervades everywhere. That was the subject we read the other day. Now, referring to that consciousness, 23rd verse says that from the standpoint of the ultimate, there is no real creation nor destruction of any object. That is the greatest contribution of this Vedanta book. This book says creation has never happened. You are dreaming, you are imagining something. There is the consciousness has not been divided any time. You are identifying in your physical body, and then you are saying, this is happening today. Going to Mars and dropping there and doing all this research, water development, or water frustration going on in the fire. All we are saying, it is all you are identifying with the gross body and its functionality. But the consciousness is the same. So go back to consciousness. So that's why from that perspective it says that there is that standpoint, the ultimate, there is no real creation. This creation, really, so long I am awake, this creation is serious. Everything happening here is serious. But in a dream, when you go, see, a dream is serious. Everything is serious in the dream. I am in danger, I am in difficulties, I am in happiness, I am in excitement. Everything is true. as real as it is now. So this is the point. But this creation is as long as you keep your mind in that body, or in the gross body, subtle body, or causal body, or in waking state or dreamless state, the creation is there. But when your mind is not there, you see there is no creation. Where is the creation? Even in so dream, you go to sleep, deep sleep state. Where is the creation? For you? You may say, no, for me it's gone, but everyone sees. Everyone sees is no question in spiritual life. It is your perception, you are suffering. You have to get out. Don't bring this argument ever in Vedanta philosophy that, oh, I am seeing, but not everyone is doing the other way. That is no consideration here. Our whole consideration is there how I subjectively am getting affected by it and how I am free from all these dualities. We go every day to a state where there is no world for me. There is no worries, there is no anxieties, there is no excitement, there is no rich man, there is no educated person or less educated person, good, bad, anger, frustration, nothing is there. We go every day for some moment into that state. Where is the creation? If someone says creation, where is the creation there? If we can keep our mind in that state, there will be no creation forever. Given an example, it is happening in our life experience for a smaller span of time. But if we can extend that time, there is no creation for that person. So this is this teaching of this Yoga Vasishta. Extend the time when there is no creation. And that is the truth. So long your mind is there, you are bothered about all these things. And the mind being annihilated, there is no creation. That's why this book says again, and mano eva manushyana karanam bandha mokshaya. This mind is the cause of your bondage. This mind is the cause of your suffering. There is no creation. There is no destruction. There is no pain. There is no suffering. Your mind has created all these things. Take out your mind up, plug it out. Really, it's a very simple thing. If one can just unplug the mind from the object loses its strength. There is no object as such. What is in this world having existence? You have a severe pain. You go to doctor, they give strong pain medication. What does it do? It is destroying the connection for the mind, active mind, is mind to sleep, non-functional. If they are putting anesthesia, what is that? After operation, everyone feels like that, as if the 1 minute has passed, maybe 8 hours passed. They are doing rigorous operation in the physical body. Why don't they feel anything? What the world goes away from me. That excruciating pain, suppose I was little bit, someone pinches with a pin, I will be crying out. And they are doing rigorous surgery for 7-8 hours, and you feel like you slept and you are waking up. So your mind, if by ordinary process can be put to that situation, now by any way, if you can detach, where is the world for you? Where is the suffering? Body underwent suffering, but I didn't feel anything. If that is the testimony, then all this suffering and pleasure and pain, it's fictitious. It has been created by the mind. Detach the mind, there is nothing. There is nothing, but there is joy. That's why everyone feels when they're out of the body experience, they're all in joy. Some say, oh, I don't want to come back. But anyhow, again enter into the body, and that's why they are giving so much experience of them. And Samadhi, people of Samadhi, they come back and they describe a Jivan Mukti state. So here is a very big philosophy behind it. This world is not created for me. Okay, it is created. Because I live most of the time in this identity with this conscious waking state or sleep state or dream state. There, everything I think this is correct, this is true, this is true. But my truth changes from this, it shifts. The truth of the waking state shifts to the truth of the dream state. Dream state shifts into dreamless sleep state. Then again, rotation. Can it be off forever? By samadhi, by meditation, by your rigorous detachment from all waking state, dream state, sleep state. Be master of yourself. This book will say, detach from that. There is no creation. Who said there is creation? Who says there is God? Who says there is a jiva? Who says there is world, heaven, hell? These are all fictitious creation of your mind. So that's why this book, actually, if it is rigorously practiced, one can be lifted to that consciousness that you are not bound by anything. It is your mind which is binding. Therefore, treat your mind. Whole philosophy is treatment of the mind treatment. Nah. That means we have to go to psychologists. This psychologist and psychotherapists, Vedanta, Vasishtha Devi is one of the big therapists. Yes?
How does this work with the idea that everything is one? There is no second, everything is Brahman, and therefore there is no creation. Does this work into that? Or
yeah, ultimately, yeah, if there is no two, you cannot say of creation.
So there's a harmony there. I'm not completely out of it.
No, you are not completely out. You are what you are, you will be then. Now you what you are not that person what you are.
I just find it surprising to think that, I see the logic of it. I just suppose my mind, the world is gone.
Well, suppose you go to deep sleep, what happens? How much joy you feel? It gives.
No problem with it.
No,
Everything was one, so
it gives. Yeah, it gives a testimony. Test that there is tremendous joy. If you can, most of us don't know what is called sleep. Either have dream or lucid dream, this, that, we spend in our whole night like that. But if really one goes to deep sleep, you will feel tremendous joy. Why it is joy? Because you have detached from the gross identity of the gross body, you have detached from your subtle body and all its association. Only last trace is ego identity till touching that part. And if that is wiped out, then how much joy will be there? So that joy is called Satchidananda.
But if there is this ocean of consciousness pouring through me, that's through all these people, through you, then everything is one, therefore there is no creation other than...
Yeah. When you come back, only the realized people can see that way, experience that way.
So you're saying that I go there and then, not that I go there, I pretend to go there, but we come back from that state.
Yeah.
Assuming that
then you can...
I see.
Yeah, then you can see the world, but you see in a different way. You see it is one, only in different names and forms. It does not make any change. Look at the opinion of the experience of the ocean and the wave, knowing fully well it is ocean, nothing but one. But when we are talking, it is only intellectual. When it will be experiential, that's a different thing. So, the 23rd verse then says that there is no real creation or destruction of any object at all. So, there is no creation, so there is no question of destruction. So, na jayate mriyate va kachit, na jayate mriyate va kachit, kinchit kadachana, kinchit kadachana. Jagad vivartarupena, Jagad vivartarupena, Kevalam Brahma Jimhate, Kevalam Brahma Jimhate. So beautiful. Na jayate, there is no creation in reality, nothing ever originated anywhere. Na jayate, mriyate va kadachit, neither it is destroyed any time. Kinchit, nothing. Kadachana, ever. Ever there is ever, nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. Brahman alone eternally exists. The ocean always remains. And in the form of the world illusion. World illusion, this world is an illusion. You are looking at the waves and not looking at the ocean. And you are not looking at the water element, you are looking at the shape and size of the wave. Though you are seeing the water, but you are not recognizing it as water. You are seeing as a name and form only. Wave, big wave, small wave, ripple, bubble, foam, whatever name you can give. But you are seeing what you are seeing. You are seeing the ocean. That is the point. I am seeing you. That's why it is said. Brahman, Sat Chit Ananda is Brahman. Added with name and form, name plus form, that means the five. Three is the absolute nature of the world. Absolute consciousness, absolute blissfulness, absolute reality. No? Sat Chit Ananda. I am looking at you. Actually, I am seeing Sat Chit Ananda. But my delusive mind is putting name and form over it, and I am seeing that water, but I am saying it is wave. And I am giving the name of one wave. How many names have been given but hurricane and all these names? We are putting names in there. We cannot describe anything if we don't give name and form to a form. Wherever there is a form, we must have to give a name. So that's why baby is born. Baby, does he come with a name? No. Who gives the name? His parents give the name.
That's the projection.
But projection, to find the reality of the projection, you have to give a name of that. So this is name.
Yeah, but what did you say? To find the reality of the projection, you have to give it a name.
Yeah. You cannot have any projection. I saw something, but what is that? I do not know. You cannot say like that. To explain to others, you will have to say, I saw this. Even the scientists are finding out new information. They are giving a name immediately. See, they saw the infinite light and energy. And they gave the name what? Higgs boson particle. Damn God particle or God particle. Why do you give the name? It is a tremendous energy. But why do you give the name? Unless you give a name, we, the people in the real duality, we cannot recognize that. So we in the world perceive Brahman. I see this table. I actually am touching that Brahman. This is also Brahman. But I live in duality with my mind. And I am making it a name and form, this name and form. That's why seeing is happening because of the mind. If the mind dissolves, someone gives an injection here and puts someone to sleep, what will happen? This whole world will disappear, is it not? Does it take any moment? No. So this is the point, is all our mind is being identifying and is seeing the truth, seeing the water, H2O, seeing the ocean, but seeing as only name and form. For us, only name and form. I don't see consciousness, I don't see God or anything. I see only name and only form. And the person of experience, when they can reach that point, detaching from the three different bodies which we carry every day, then get a touch of that and come back, they said, wow, I got it. I see it every day and I'm searching for God. That's why Swami Vivekananda says, don't seek God. Don't seek God. See God. It's a wonderful idea. See God. Why are you tell yourself, why am I a fool? Why am I still now a fool to see only seeking God? Why do you seek God? The consciousness is here by which word you are using, I am seeking God. Read? You are taking help of the consciousness and talking to the help of your lips with the help of mind and intellect and ego. And I will have to search for God. Oh Lord, where are you? When shall you come in my life? I am searching for you, life and life and life. I am engrossed in world and worldliness. All these talks are meaningless talks. Be aware of this. Vedanta says, be aware of it. Always fight with your mind. Why I am not seeing the H2O? Why I am seeing with the name and form only? Why I am not seeing the ocean? Behind every ripple, every wave, every form, whatever big or small. That's it. Seeing, that's a great dictum comes. Sarvam Kallidam Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. Prajnanam Brahma. Ayamatma Brahma. These are all the great dictums. But the dictums are what? This dictum of only oneness. Yes, you are asking something.
Yeah, I have a question. All right, so we're projecting, like the mind is projecting and seeing names and forms, right? Okay. So what if one sees the nature of the concept, the word, the name? You see, oh, the name is only Brahman, the form is only Brahman. So the projection is only Brahman. You know what I mean? Like, right now we're projecting names and forms. But what if we look into the name and form and see that those two are only actually Brahman?
If you see, then there is.
Project is Brahman.
Yeah, so there is no two then.
Yeah.
You cannot see only name and form. I see the name and form, and parallelly in between you there is a gap. That's also a form. I see Brahman there, and there is Nitin. It is not Nitin, it is Brahman for me. So where is two?
Right.
That cannot be true. That's the point.
And this seems very parallel to what we were talking about in our bhakti class about there's Om, and then there's all these other words, but all those words are actually Om.
Mm-hmm.
And we see there's all these many different words, but it's really Om.
All right. Exactly.
Is that just another way of saying it?
Yeah. And in the bhakti school they say, "Oh Mother Kali, you are Kali Panchashat Varnamai. You are of the 50 forms of letters, alphabets. A, E, U. So 50 are there. Every word is the mother you. See, in a Shakta philosophy, it is you. That means O is you, A is you, E is you, U is you. And if you whole vocabulary has come, permutation and combination of these alphabets, is it not? So if the ingredient letters become mother, so the combination of them, what will happen? If there is no other constituent element like khichdi, in khichdi you will have rice, you have dal, you have some vegetables and this and that. But if it is only dal and nothing dal, excepting dal, or one item only, so what name will you give to that? That unified name you have to give, that's called the Shakti, that's called the Mother, Divine Mother. So the same philosophy. That's why it is said Vedanta and Tantra are not contradictory. Vedanta is the Siddhanta Grantha, which is conclusive text, and Tantra is the text which guides you to practice in your day-to-day life. That's why you meditate, you chant the mantra, do everything. That's also a process. Okay, you can take that process of absolute non-dualism like this. But how many people are fit for that? That's why another path has been described this way. So it...
Distinguish Tantra from Jnana Yoga? What is the distinction between Tantra and...
Tantra is, what is different distinction, you know?
The ritual.
Neti, neti and iti, iti. Vedanta says, not this, what you are seeing, not this. Your gross body, seeing through the mind, not this. Your subtle body, dreaming, all this world you see, not this. Even ego body, when you are feeling, I do not know, but I am happy, that's also not this. And then you have to go up to that far, and then you see who you are. But here it is said, Mother is this. Look at that, it is Mother. Don't look at any other name and form. Mother is wearing the costume. Mother is wearing the costume. It's a practice. So here is iti, iti. You are saying the whole, that one absolute is there, but in different names you are seeing, what you are seeing, you are imposing on your mind, it is the Divine Mother. It is the Divine Mother. It is the Divine Mother. And don't emphasize on the individual name and form.
But if you look at
Patanjali is a yoga philosophy,
right.
But it is, I am talking about Shakta philosophy. Patanjali is not Shakta.
Right. But,
It's based on Sankhya.
That's true. So would Tantra in Shakta be closest to
Brahma
Jnana Yoga?
Jnana Yoga. Yeah. That's the. You read the very introduction of this Chandi, written by our translated by our mission. Swami Sarvadevananda. It's a wonderful introduction. In a short span, you can understand the difference between Vedanta and Tantra. And what Tantra, so what can bring, Tantra can bring it into the ultimate fruition of the Vedantic experience. It is just practical side of it, because many people will be not fit to totally reject this name and form. Rather, they live in this consciousness. So that's why to see, how to see only the divine. That's why this again, the Vedantic word. Don't seek God, but see God. Now that is, many people can feel little comfortable, and so that's the one path. But people take many varied paths according to their temperament and taste. So, in reality, nothing ever originates anywhere, nor is it destroyed. I'm reading the bold translation in the page 48. Brahman alone eternally exists in the form of the world illusion. So you see, this world, he's saying Vedantic term, world illusion. Because I'm seeing something else for something. That's called the vivarta. Without changing the original material, I see impose something. You are driving the car, you see the water. Without changing the road, without doing anything there, you are seeing, imposing the idea because of your illusion of the eye or whatever physics will teach us, rarefied air, heat, etc., refraction of light, whatever. The one stick is put into the bucket, and you see the stick is broken into two pieces, as it were. You are seeing that is not undeniable. That is the illusion. But it is only one. So, without changing the stick, your perception it is broken into two pieces. That is called the vivarta. It appears, you see that, you can argue that, you cannot deny that I saw it. But what you saw is a delusion, because that stick was never broken. On your freeway, nobody has put any water there. When you go to the desert, you don't see really there are beautiful lakes have been created. No. But you see, without changing the atmosphere of what is called the desert atmosphere, it is same, but you are seeing something. So I am seeing this. I am seeing. You have justification. I see you. But what you are seeing, in truth, it is Brahman. That is called Vivarta. Vivartavad is Shankara's special contribution, and that differs from the philosophy of Parinamavad. Parinamavad will be like that the world has become this. God has become this. So if it is become, it cannot go back. Like the example, if you make the yogurt out of milk, if you say it is bikara, or it is actually have transformed into yogurt, if it is yogurt, it cannot go back to milk. But if the milk appears to be yogurt, then what? It's always milk. Whether your right vision will come, you will see it is milk only. But you saw it differently. That's the greatest example is the snake and rope. Rope remaining rope all the time, you perceived it snake and you cried out, you have your reaction. True, everything. But nothing has changed. Rope is all the time. That's the Vivartavada. That's the Vivarta philosophy. Okay, now you can go to the page 50. Explanation is beautiful. Mohidhara. Let us read the Mohidhara's translation on page 48 bottom. No material object is ever created, nor can it be destroyed anywhere by any means. What then is it? It is Brahman alone, revealed in the form of the illusory world. That's a very beautiful word. It is only Brahman alone, but revealed in the form of the illusory world. The illusory water, the illusory lake. But nothing has changed. It is the desert, same desert. So without changing the original, we see the appearance and we get deluded into that. That's why it's called delusion, Maya. That's why the term comes. It is who created this? Maya created. Maya means what? Some delusion has come in your mind, taking one thing for the other, and you may cry and weep for that. But nothing has changed. You may cry and weep that, oh, I am going to this disease and difference and problems of my life. When you are awakened, whose disease? Who cried? Whose body? Who is cried? Who is crying? That's why it's called, Sankara says, what a miracle. This world was so terrible, or pleasing. But at this point of knowledge and wisdom, I see nothing. Udunaiva maya drishtam nastikim mahadadvutam. What a great surprise. I was watching this world, terrible world or sweet world, whatever. But at this point of illumination, I find this world is vanished altogether. The snake has vanished. Where did the snake run away? Where did the water run away? Where did the lake run away? It was never there. It came in your mind and go away from your mind. Truth is truth. Yes.
I'm trying to see how to ask the question. So, is the power of Maya different for, say, like a devotee and a non-devotee?
No, power of Maya is same. But devotee looks at it is what we are talking about, how to escape from this. But vision is the same for everyone. And in a person practicing Vedanta, he also have the same problem. I, me, you, world, happiness, misery, suffering, pain. And a bhakta, yes, God is there, I am there, I am suffering, I am in pain, I am in anxieties. In the ignorant state, when you are student, we live in the same state of awareness. But as you move in whatever path you like, ultimately a point comes when this duality drops for the devotee also, and also because devotee sees one God everywhere. Not like in samadhi only you can reduce that ego consciousness also. In devotee, in param, what he calls paravakti, when the supreme love comes for God, then this duality, last trace of duality, that also collapses. And in Vedanta, aham brahmasmi, that will collapse of ego. Their premik, all become one in devotion. The lover and the loved, the duality collapses. This is that's the best quotation of Sri Chaitanya. Naham Ramana, na so Ramani. Naki. Duhu mili eka peshala jani. I am not the lover, and he is not my beloved. Two have become united in one. Duhu mili eka. They become united. And there is no distinction. The distinction collapses at that perfect union. But Bhakta want to come down quickly and to enjoy that. That's a different issue. But experience is the same. That's why Parabhakti, Paragyana, that's the Ramakrishna's contribution. This fight was going on for eternity. Bhakta goes one way, Jnana goes one way, so this is wrong, that is right. But here is the only contribution of Sri Ramakrishna, that this all merge into one experience. In Samadhi you go by yoga practice, your Jivatma, Paramatma totally merge into that. And who is Jiva, who is Paramatma? So all leading to the same experience at the end. But before that, there are differences.
So the word Jrimbhate,
Jrimbhati means manifest.
but when we talk about Vikshepa, isn't that
Vikshepa is a manifestation, projection.
And what is the withdrawal called, the opposite of Vikshepa?
Huh?
What is the opposite of
Vikshepa, Nirodha.
Nirodha?
No Nirodho, na chutpatti. And that's also Astavakra and this. No Nirodha. There is no question of Nirodha. Who will be Nirodha? How the Chitta will be Nirodha? There is no Chitta at all. No question of Nirodha. If the head is not there, you are talking about the mother, barren child's mother. Forget. If you say barren, there is no child. You may write a big novel. That barren mother, or only use one time. The mother was barren, but he has a child, and he was married, and he had got this and got that, and you can create a whole novel out of it. This world is like that. The first word is barren. This world cannot be created. It is only your mind has created. That question comes, why my mind has created or the cosmic mind? That's a different explanation. We are not going to that. But the question is that it is all our mental projection, according to this Vedantic. So he says that what is then is it? It is Brahman alone, revealed in the form of the illusory world. For me, what is illusory? This world, it is illusory. But actually, it is Brahman, as we say. See God, it is Brahman. You are seeing wrongly. Don't see wrong things. Try to correct your vision, correct your looking, new attitude to look, paradigm shift. Shift your the vision, how you are looking, only shift that paradigm. That is the idea here. There is not, there never was, nor there will ever be a snake, etc., like in the rope. Yet, through a mistaken belief, it seems that the snake had appeared in the rope and later it had been destroyed. It has appeared. Where did it appear? And how did it go away? We do not know. Only knowledge, when you bring in flashlight, knowledge comes. You see, there is never a snake. Your all imagination caused the suffering. Actually, that's true. Brahma Gyanis, because they keep their mind out of the body consciousness, we see that they suffer physically so much, but they are not suffering. The secret is that we have identification. Naturally, for us, snake is true. Snake is bothering me. Snake is poison. Poison has been gone to my vein. And I am now dying. I am feeling pain of that. Okay, everything is okay. But when the snake itself will run away, where will be the poison? Where will be the body? Where will you feel all these things? This is also all evaporate in the space. The snake had appeared in the rope and later it had been destroyed. The world is like this as well. The concept of the phenomenalism or Vivartavada, what we talked about, this philosophy of not changing anything but appears to be changed. Rope remaining rope, we are seeing snake. This is the Vivarta. If the snake idea goes away, rope was before, rope is now, rope will remain. So in Advaita Vedanta is the quite fundamental. This is an implication conveyed here. Now,
what is the difference between Vivartavada and Advaitavada?
Vivartavada, you are accepting the world of duality and giving an explanation. Ajata means not even created. Don't talk about that. It is not there. Well, who is talking? Well, to you I am talking. This is also within non-creation. So it is a very high state. Only people of Ramana Maharshi or people like can stay in that level. Gaudapada, like that. But they say they don't accept the creation at all. You talking, it is not created. Who talking? I am answering. Who answering?
So
It's not there.
It's not even an appearance.
No, appearance is also gone.
No appearance.
For they don't accept appearance also. Here appearance is counted. I am seeing the row of snake in the row. But there is no question of rope at all. Yeah. Okay, Parama?
Yeah, so you said things don't change, just appearances change. So in reality, though, the appearance didn't change, just our perception changed.
Appearance for
All within our mind.
all in our mind.
But Advaitavada is going one step ahead. It's saying there's no mind either.
That's why there is no creation at all.
Yeah.
I
Eh?
think that some point is that one that Tishatta, Ekoshatta.
Ego Sattva.
So Vivaktavad is for that Dishatta, like Pratibhashi and Paramatma. These two are there. That is the Dishattavad and that is the Vivakta. And Ekoshattavad is the Ajatavad. 3, 2, 1. That's how it
Three is the dualistic bhakti.
Oh.
There is God, there is creation, and this. Or you accept that philosophy. You are jumping into Vedantic concept, Disakta. That means there is appearance Sakta. This also appears. Now it is true. They are accepting the appearance. But they are saying appearance is wrong. There is only unchanging truth. And now we are talking about Ajatavat, Ekasakta. They don't at all intellectually, emotionally, never accept there is anything but Brahman. Only Eka. So that's called the
When they talk
non-creation.
about it,
And
when they talk about it, so then they're in duality.
no, they are not in duality. They say you are seeing.
I'm not talking about it.
No, no, here they,
Their folks, they will speak that what are you talking about? There's nothing to talk about.
They don't talk about it.
Who's talking?
real, no. No, that's why one important point. They are very, to be a student of Ekosaptavadi, that means only non-creation, is a high level. It needs rigorous spiritual practice step by step to go there. In one jump, if one wants to go, it will be mistaken.
So what's the day-to-day life of Ajatavadi?
Ajatavadi does not do anything. They will be living in that consciousness only. They don't eat, they don't move, but their body, somebody feeds or somebody does. Their body is doing, I am not doing anything.
The body.
Body. And body is, you are accepting the body? No, for you I am talking. I don't, for me it isn't there in the body for me.
So Asparsha yoga would be linked to Ajatavada.
Linked to Ajatavada. And Ajatavada is very high philosophy, really. Rarely one or two people can live in that consciousness. But for Trishaktavadi, general population is Trishaktavadi.
Shakta means what?
Exists, Shakta means truth.
Oh.
You are accepting two truths, three truths. God, Jeev, Jagat, Ishar. Individual, Jagat, Jiva, and Ishar. And that Ishara is absolute, that's a different thing. Vedanta gives another state that is two only, and this is the one. And you are, why it is one? Still he is in the body, that's why he is saying one. Otherwise, who will say one? Who will say two? Who will say three? There is nobody to say that.
Ramana therefore was supposed to impart, mauna, that is
Silence.
silence.
That's why this book also we read, the Baskali, the student approached the teacher and he is saying, "Sir, teach me Brahmagyan." He didn't say anything. And second time, he didn't say anything. Third time, what he said? "My child, I was teaching you what Brahman is. But you didn't understand." Because we want word. We want to describe. When you are describing, you are not talking of Brahman. Anything you say, you are limiting that. So don't say anything, only experience. So that's a very, very high level Ajatavad. That's why people may profess that I am Ajatavadin. Don't try that. Rather you move in this level. You go occasionally to think is like that. Intellectually you can think there is only one. This is also illusion, this is also illusion. No, there is no two, it's only one. But for your day-to-day behavior, you come down to this level of at least Vivartavada. And if you don't want, you go to the Parinamavada. Parinamavada is Trishakta. The Parinam, this world has become, God has become this. So anyhow, so these are different
A lot of
aspects.
people left Arunachala and after discussed after receiving Mauna Upanishad.
Naturally, how long you can sit? Suppose you all come here and I become silent. One by one, everyone will leave.
But isn't that how some teachers teach? They transmit
Yeah,
that way in the
no,
silence.
those who are realized soul, they can transmit by that. But they may transmit. Am I ready?
Right.
If I am not ready, I will run away. Ramakrishna was a less teacher. He is teaching, he can just look and give freedom forever. And people coming to listen to him, pushing another person, let us go to have fresh air in the Ganga. A fish out of basket. We are talking about that. So, are we ready? That's why it is important. Not even true, they can silently transmit, but our receptivity should be there. If it is not, then it will not. I will not feel even going to that. But yeah, no, I'm saying now we are struggling, so we will feel little more or less according to individual's state of mind. But it is only depends on the purity of the heart. And the person who is he pure, who you are professing to be silent. I can be a silent person. Does not mean I may be an idiot. But many people make a show that I have realized God. Okay, you come and I'll give you liberation. Okay, give $500 first. So there is, if you read this few pages I told you to read, then you will find how many philosophies are there. Go to page 50, and then in the Sangshepa Shariraka, the text, they have discussed 4 doctrines. What are the 4 doctrines? Arambhavada is espoused by Kanada or the Vaisheshika sect. Sanghatovada, advocated by the followers of Sugata. Parinamavada is championed by Sankhya followers and other groups. Vivartavada is adopted by the followers of Vedanta. Now, how many philosophies? This is very important. In a nutshell, they have given here. These are the 4 important philosophies about this creation. Arambha, it has started, Vaisheshika philosophy. Sanghatavada, and they are Sankhya people. Vivartavada is by Vedanta. Now, Buddhists belong to the Sautantrika and Vaibhasika schools. What, in a nutshell, they have said, believe that effects such as clay pots and the like are merely the result of the collision of atoms, anuvada. They accept no other material. This is known as the doctrine of collision or system of radical pluralism or process of cooperative collocation, that is Sanghatavad. So these are giving some description. If you are interested, then you can just spend some time to understand how many philosophies are there. They are approaching to the same truth. These different people from different standpoint, and they are understanding how they look at the truth they are talking about.
It's a rather summary and simplistic
Very simple.
explanation of the Buddhist
Very,
Really?
yeah, in a very, and very, very simple.
I mean, the Buddhists are so subtle when they talk about dependent origination and write the whole thing off. What is it that does not emanate from dependent, and that has dependent origination? And then we are back to exactly what the Vedantins say, the Ajatavadins say. There's really no schism at that point.
Yeah.
Buddha, after realizing, he says, Sabbo loko pajjalito, sabbo loko pakampito, pakampito. He only sees everything vibrating. And then he says, Shata Shata Sahasra Sahasra, Koti Koti, is exactly what Higgs boson particle experiment revealed, 10 to the power of 22. Exactly.
Yeah. Experientially, when they talk about, you can match that. But intellectually, there will be difference always. Yeah. Upanishads and Vyasa, the compiler of Brahma Sutra, have apparently followed and discussed the Purva Bhumi Parinamavada in certain places only to establish the Vivartavada. The philosophy of Upanishad is Vivartavada, standing, but they sometimes take that philosophy. And now you can go to the next verse, then you know how many other philosophies are there. If you have interest, please go through that. Okay? I don't want to create more confusion. Yes, that's why it is a rigorous study. It takes long time. And if we understand all these philosophies, then we can understand better what is Vedanta teaching, what is non-dualistic concept, what is the dualistic concept, all this. So, Acha, I will read another and leave. Time is up almost. 24th verse on page 52. It is stated here that Atman is without birth and death. That you are hearing all the time. Akasadupi vistirnaha Akashadupi vistirnaha Shuddha Shuksma Abhayaha Shivaha Shuddha Shuksma Abhayaha Shivaha Ayam Atma Kathang Rama Ayam Atma Kathang Rama Jayate Mriyate Athava Jayate Mriyate Thava. So what does it say? O Rama, how can this Atman, which is vaster, Akasadapi Vistita, vaster than even the space, the Akasa. It is like pure, Shuddha. It is Sukshma, subtle, Abhaya, imperishable, and propitious, Shiva. Shiva means all compassion, all love, all propitiousness. And Ayamatma, this Atma, O Rama, Kathang Rama Jayate, is born. And you think it dies. How can that be? If that is the Atman which is faster than the space, just in one word, we don't understand. Nowadays we understand because of the modern astronomical expressions. We think the stars and galaxies are so big, no? Planet Earth is so, oh my God, big Earth. Big Earth is nothing if you consider another planet. And go on up one after another. Then you go to the sun. It is nothing. It's a small ball. And you go and compare another. Now, what is the space between this Earth and the sun? How much? It is more than this Earth itself. How many times more? So you know that is called the space. Concept of space is unimaginable in our mind. The whole external world remains in that, but we have no concept what that space is. Atma is faster than that. Then how that Atma, if you are thinking all this, all duality, birth, death, suffering, misery, pain, why are you thinking like that? In that infinite, is there any two? Two, if there is two, then will be suffering, pleasure, pain, duality will come. If it is only one, how do you imagine that there is any birth, any death? That is the. So it says on page 53, it cannot. The meaning of this is that the birth or death are not possible for Atman, which is not limited by time. Vistirna means vast. Atman is the cause of even space, and so forth. Taittiriya Upanishad declares that space and the like have originated out of Supreme Self alone, which is bereft of time and space, and so forth. So, Atman, Taittiriya Upanishad said, I don't remember the verse now. Therein the creation of space and time was not described separately. Thus, this false appearing world has issued forth without the dream-like limitation of time, space, and the like. The cause is always vaster than the effect. This Atman is all-pervasive. Due to its all-pervasiveness, Atman is beyond the limitation of space. Due to its eternity, Atman is beyond the limitation of time. And due to its omnipresence, Atman is beyond the limitation of any changeful object. That is in Panchadasi. And Shuddha means pure. Pure means free from all impurity of ignorance and its effect in the form of desire and action. That means there is no ignorance, there is no desire, and there is no actions. Sukshma, subtle, difficult to know, that which cannot be known through the senses. Abhaya, unchangeable, without decay, beyond the 6 modifications of existence. Osti, Jayate, birth, growth, change, decay, and death. By the use of the word Abhaya, it is indicated that the Atman is characterized by the absence of these 6 modifications. Okay, so we end here. Huh? We cannot read more than 1 or 2 verses. No? That's why this book will go for last till I die. Huh?
There is no word called die.
No
right?
death.
Dharasha just becomes invisible. That's all.
Right.
It will be there.
Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanam Astu. Okay. Good, you could come. When you come, I get inspired.
I don't have to go get them. My daughter